Good evening, everyone. This is Matthew SURI.
And this is Bianca Rodriguez Pagano.
Tonight is Friday, October 25th. The time is now 7:05 p.m. Welcome to the 8th show of Phillipian Live, coming to you live from the newsroom this week on the show.
We have a feature from Look of the Week. Stay tuned to catch a glimpse at how Teddy Wilkin, class of 20, utilizes his tweed and suede-filled wardrobe to channel his inner teaching fellow.
The graveyard behind Samuel Phillips Hall is a historic landmark with several past headmasters and instructors buried there. Keep watching to learn more.
And for sports, the boys' cross-country team remains undefeated after last weekend's home course meet against Northfield Mount Herman. However, an NMH runner broke Pablo Durana's class of 02's course record from 2001.
And finally, we will have Douglas Lane, class of 20, live on the show. Stay tuned for some close-up magic.
But first, we have a story on period products. Last Saturday was National Period Day. As part of an event organized by the La Lune Club, students wore red on Friday to raise awareness about menstruation and period product accessibility. La Lune also hosted a period product packaging session during unscheduled time. Here are live reporters Nina Chupengard and Emily May Murtha with the story.
Thank you. Students who entered Upper Ride and Presky Commons during the unscheduled block last Friday might have noticed a table of classmates packaging menstrual products. These products were placed in bags decorated with positive messages. The final packages were delivered to Lazarus House Ministries, a local nonprofit that supports homeless individuals and families. The packaging event was led by La Lune co-president Sarah Wang, class of 22, and Kieran Rimratno, class of 22.
Wang was first inspired to approach period poverty by Period, a global nonprofit organization dedicated to ending period poverty. Period founder Nadia Okamoto visited Andover as an ASM speaker last spring and hosted a product packaging session. La Lune was first founded with the support of an Abbott grant to stock school bathrooms with menstrual products.
La Lune was the result of a club that Sarah Wang and I created from an Abbott grant project that we began last year, trying to get more bathrooms on campus stocked with menstrual products.
And it basically tackles period poverty and menstrual activism. One of our goals include education about safe menstrual hygiene and also distributing period packages to women's shelters and refugee centers, etc.
This year, another one of Okamoto's initiatives inspired Wang and Rimratno to organize their own event.
Nadia Okamoto came to campus and she was organizing National Period Day to raise awareness and advocate for change around several inequalities relating to menstruation. So within a week time, I began organizing a Wear Red Day. I started hanging posters on Wednesday and the day to wear red was on Friday, so we didn't have too much time, but I think the turnout was pretty big in wearing red.
In addition to students wearing red, La Lune organized students to put together period product packages for Lazarus House.
Last year, I had done my community engagement at Lazarus House, and I was talking to some of the people who work there about what products they really need, and menstrual products usually aren't thought of when people are donating or giving support to places like Lazarus House who help people who usually do not have the financial resources to buy menstrual products.
I think the things that Sarah and Kieran and the La Lune group are doing is really effective at raising awareness on this campus, and I think a lot of people know what they're doing. Just, for example, like I did, see them in Upper Right and go and help out. And when people just do simple things like that, it adds up.
La Lune plans to continue working on stocking school bathrooms, fundraising and packaging period products for Lazarus House and other organizations, and hosting educational events for students.
And then another aspect is education. We're thinking holding forums where we can teach people different alternatives to just pads and tampons, such as menstrual cups, menstrual discs. Like there's so many other options that were not there previously, but should be taught to everyone who has this experience.
Emily May Murtha
And Nina Chupengard
reporting.
Thank you, Emily and Nina.
Sporting a dark waist-length coat and Doc Martens, Teddy Wilkin, PG, class of 20, completes his look by donning what has come to be known as his Newsies or Peaky Blinders flat cap. Here's live reporter Claire Cahill, class of 22, with the story.
Thank you. This week we interviewed Wilkin about his unique style and where he gets his inspiration.
I would say it's a mashup of kind of mid-1920s New York worker, like steel worker, with, I guess, Newsies and a hard-teaching fellow. I took inspiration from a number of places, actually. Mostly, like, TV shows, which is kind of sad now that I think about it. But, specifically, like, Peaky Blinders, which is where I got the idea to wear the hat. And then I tend to wear, like, longer overcoats, and that's from shows like Sherlock or I guess kind of older styles.
When asked about what initially sparked his interest in fashion, Wilkin cited his desire to stand out amongst his peers.
I mean, I'm from rural New Hampshire, so people wear like Carhartts and camo up there. While I was up there and while my style was kind of evolving, I tried to make myself stand out in whatever ways I could. And that kind of is what ended up with me becoming a bit of a teaching fellow.
Wilkin's favorite pieces include his signature hats, sweaters, and his vest. This particular aesthetic has lent itself to his very distinct style. While he does not pay much attention to following common fashion trends or rules, he believes that his style represents his personality and subconsciously how he feels each day.
It depends on the day, and I guess like on the weather as well. Like on a kind of brisk day, like your average fall day up here, sweaters or sport jacket on top of that is, I find, my go-to. On like rainy days, I definitely wear the hat. When I dress for the day, it's not like I want to send this message. It's like more, I'm feeling a certain way today, and I'd like that to be expressed in what I'm wearing.
Claire Cahill reporting.
Thank you, Claire.
The Chapel Cemetery in the Pine Knoll cluster behind Samuel Phillips Hall is more than 200 years old. Although many students walk by the cemetery on their way to classes every day, they might not know about the cemetery's history or stories of those who are buried there. Here are live reporters Jason Zhang and Alina Choi with the story.
As most of you may know, Andover has a cemetery on campus, in between Gelb and a couple other dorms. It was originally called Chapel Cemetery, and it was established in 1810.
Thank you. Among the people buried in the cemetery are 6 former Andover headmasters, as well as former Andover instructors who asked to be buried there.
One of the more well-known people buried in the Chapel Cemetery is Harriet Beecher Stowe, an American abolitionist and author. Stowe had just published Uncle Tom's Cabin when she came to Andover in 1852, when her husband was hired as an Andover Theological Seminary professor. Her son Henry was buried in Andover after dying from a drowning accident, so at her request, when Harriet Stowe died, she was buried alongside Henry and her husband in the Chapel Cemetery. Elsewhere on campus, Stowe is remembered through Stowe House, a workshop building that Stowe and her husband bought and renovated into what is today a girls' dorm in Abbott Cluster.
Cemetery has also historically been a place for secret society activity. Fritz Alice's historical account of Andover youth from every quarter states that the initiation ceremony of secret society Kappa Omega Alpha involves several rites, including visiting a local cemetery at midnight. Another secret society, Auctoritas Unitas Veritas's initiation rites included having to sleep in the cemetery from midnight to 5 o'clock. Though they have been officially banned since 1949, there are claims that some secret societies still exist today. Alex Schmimmel, class of 2022, witnessed one suspicious prank in the cemetery involving mini bathtubs and candy.
It was early spring. I was walking through the cemetery. I was walking by the cemetery with some friends, and in the middle of it, like on that little like path area, there was like a miniature bathtub, and on the side of it was written "tub," which is like, you know, if you know, you know. And it was very strange. It had candy in it, and I didn't see the other ones, but I heard that there were a bunch of them all over campus, which is very interesting.
For students living in Pine Knoll dorms, the cemetery offers a shortcut to the rest of campus. However, many students consider cutting through the graveyard disrespectful, regardless of the rush to class.
Low-key, I'm not scared because those people are dead already. So I'm like, well, you're dead, what can you do? But it's also like sometimes when you need to go to science study hall, I'm scared because I don't know if it would be disrespectful to walk on them and to cross.
For the most part, the chapel cemetery is just a quiet presence in students' lives.
Jason Junk.
Like to come here when they're stressed out. They'll sit on one of the benches over by the left-hand corner just to kind of relax. But I think that for the most part, people treat the cemetery with a lot of respect. Sometimes groups will pass through as a shortcut, but other than that, not very much.
Jason Jung.
And Alina Choi reporting.
Thank you, Alina and Jason.
Boys cross country won their meet against Northfield Mount Herman School this Saturday, upholding their undefeated dual meet record. Many runners hit milestones and set personal records, and an NMH runner broke the Andover's course record by more than 20 seconds. Here's live associate Shira Wolpowitz, class of 21, with the story.
Thank you. Last Saturday, boys cross country ran against NMH on their home course, the first of 2 home course meets this season. It was a competitive and eventful meet, according to head coach Patrick Riley and several runners. Andover's top runner Chris Ratcliffe, PG class of 20, finished in 15 minutes 42 seconds, just 2 seconds above the previous course record.
Our course record was set by an Andover runner, Pablo Durana, class of 2002, in the fall of 2001, and had stood for 18 years until Saturday. So NMH's top runner, Alex Arenthal, who's a former teammate of our one of our top runners, Chris Radcliffe, broke the record by 21 seconds, which is he ran a brilliant race. It was a fabulous effort on his part and great performance.
Going into the race, we knew that it was going to be quick, and we knew that Alex was going to go right out to the front and just go for it, because he had broken the Exeter course record the week before, or a week or 2 weeks before that.
I knew Northfield had a really talented runner, so I just sort of tried to go out and just hang with him and just compete to the best of my ability. I would definitely say it was one of my better races. I was definitely happy with how it went. I'd say like a couple of the obstacles, it's running in the sanctuary is pretty tough. There are definitely a couple of really tough hills, and I think I went out pretty aggressively, so the last maybe mile or last kilometer were really hard, just kind of trying to hang on, hold everything together to make it to the finish line.
On a post on the team's Instagram, Durana commented, "It's about time. Congrats, Alex. Brilliant running, and congrats to the Andover boys cross country for the win. Go Blue." With 7 Andover runners finishing with times under 18 minutes, Andover secured a win of 23-37 with the lower score winning. This win marked the team's 3rd dual meet victory this season so far without any losses.
2 years ago, going into last year, we graduated a lot of seniors. And so last year, we were kind of rebuilding in a sense. We had a lot of new students last year. This year, it's definitely more of a senior-oriented kind of group, and which is very good, I think, because it really establishes a good culture of like a strong, dedicated group of seniors that have been doing this for a while at the top of the group. There's a great group of there's like 7 or 8 of us right up there, and it really serves well to inspire the rest of the team.
Andover runners Ben Fu, class of 21, Harry Champai Boonrat, class of 21, and several other JV runners also achieved new personal records of under 20 minutes. They attribute their success to hill workouts that the team has done.
The workout Wednesdays. So we either do hill repeats or speed work just to build our cardio strength or endurance or that kind of stuff, just to get ready for the race. And to see that they're paying off during the meets is all that I can ask for.
The other thing I really like are like the workouts. Like that doesn't sound like something that you would enjoy. I think that, especially like for running, like workouts, they really make you stay focused, but it also like increases like your trust in because we do workouts in packs, and I think that is really important in terms of establishing like trust and relationship on the team.
Fleury hopes that as the season progresses, he can use his role as team captain to maintain the friendly and supportive dynamic of the team. Andover will travel to Deerfield on Sunday for its second to last dual meet of the season.
We had a lot of new kids this year, and we were pretty big team in comparison to last year. So one of the goals that I had was kind of get everybody oriented to the team and just everybody feel comfortable. Get like just having at least one person that you can always go to like talk to. And I think that so far this season we've pretty much accomplished that. But I think going forward, especially for what remains in the season, is just to get everybody extremely focused and have that vision that even though Exeter is like definitely the favorites right now for winning the championship, that our team is like, we're deep too and we're strong. We've proven ourselves outside of invitationals and group meets. We're undefeated this year, and I think that really speaks to how strong we are. And I think that one thing that I could really, if I could like really instill on the team, it would be just to get everybody like have a mindset that they can like PR by a lot, that they can compete well and beat a ton of other kids at interscales, but also like on the team fronts that we can win both varsity and JV.
Shira Wolfowitz reporting.
Thank you, Shira.
And live on the show tonight, we're excited to welcome an avid magician and president of the Magic Club, Douglas Yang, class of 20. Welcome, Doug.
What's up, Doug?
How you doing?
Hi, thanks. Thank you for
Thanks for
joining
having
us on
me.
the show.
Sure.
And we heard that you're very interested in magic.
Yeah,
and I saw that you have an Instagram page called Douglas Yang Magic. And what do you post on that Instagram?
So that's my public Magic account where I post original material. So everything that you see there is my original creation. That Gumroad link that I include on every account that I've created is basically to purchase the tutorial for this effect.
Oh, no way.
And so Gumroad is like a magic website that teaches tutorials and whatnot?
It's basically a platform that allows people to sell things or to market digital products or whatever. And so I find it a great platform to market my my magic. And I plan to release more things after
So
the
do
whole college.
you actually sell tutorials to magic tricks?
Yeah, I made $100 off that.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
How much do you usually charge per trick?
It depends on how much I invest in it, right? The production of the whip changes, what it's called, took a while because I included like 4 different variations and like pretty high quality tutorial. So like I charged a little more, but I plan on releasing some that I can just record off my computer camera, and those are probably like really cheap. I'll probably even release stuff for free.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's just my original creations that I'll probably charge because I
That's
don't
amazing.
Want, yeah.
So how'd you get into magic? What inspired you?
Yeah, so it started around like 6-7 years ago. I was at a summer camp, and this kid living across the hall from me, he showed me this trick. It was pretty simple, but then I was like, but when he showed me, I was like totally bamboozled. And then, but he wouldn't tell me how it's done. So in retaliation, I've been learning the craft for 7 years now. So,
so you surpassed his magic abilities by far, I suppose.
I hope. I haven't seen him since. But
Do you mainly do like focus on card tricks, or do you do any other tricks like I don't know, random things like pen or something?
I mean, I do tricks with pens. I do tricks with coins. But mainly cards. The only downside to cards is that it's not something you would always carry around you. I usually have a deck of cards in my bag, but people don't normally have cards on them. So I do invest a little in learning a couple pen tricks. You know, like the pen up the nose kind of stuff. That's always a good gag.
Oh, no way. Can you show us?
Yeah, but like the camera angle's going to be like garbage.
I see.
I could show the camera and then you can just look up that if you want.
Alright.
Right.
Let's see.
You sure you still want to
Magic trick number 1.
Alright.
Whoa, no, do that again.
I just put it up. Okay, fine. So, from your angle and from your angles, it will not look good.
Yes.
But
From the
from Tessa's
camera's
angle,
angle.
it should look okay.
It looked like you just put up your nose
How
and
did
spit
it
it back
look?
out.
Okay, how did it look?
It looked beautiful.
Yeah. So it's a great party gag. I mean, you could also manage a pen like You know,
Wow.
Awesome.
So you make your own magic tricks now, and how do you, so when now I assume that you must know so many tricks, and how do you learn them? Do you like watch YouTube videos, or do you like get like magic instruction?
YouTube's always the best place to start. I think in learning very basic things, I think it's a good starting point. But at some point to reach the next level, I feel you have to start reading books. So I read a couple books. World of Card Magic is one that particularly good for beginners, and that's where I read my first magic book. And they're written by like very famous magicians, and so first YouTube, and then I recommend books, and then there are tutorials online, or they sell gimmicks.
Have you ever
go.
considered doing a show on campus? Or I guess advertising yourself besides on social media?
I have considered doing AbCap, except that I've never found the time to really put together a performance for 200, for a big scale.
Yeah.
The largest scale I've done is probably the one for Bishop. You missed out on that.
Yeah.
But that was already pretty tough because I specialize at close-up, so I would do it in front of you. But for a hall 100 people, it would be much harder unless you have a visualizer projecting everything live.
Right.
It's rather hard. So I definitely would love to do something like that, but unless I do a stroll around on Commons, otherwise I find social media is a good place. Or if someone says, okay, show me a trick, I would.
Gotcha. And how often do you practice besides given that you run Magician Club? How often do you practice?
So I practice every day, but I don't carve out time to practice specifically.
Understandable.
I'd say when I procrastinate, it's usually with cards. So when I
Valid.
So I get the practice in, and I like fidgeting with cards. On the back of my phone, there's my blue card and my bank card, and I'm always fidgeting with those, and I get practice through that as well. So it's good because it fits into my schedule nicely. I don't have to carve out an extra half an hour a day to practice.
That's a convenient talent.
Yeah, no. Also, is there always a pack of cards on you, in your bag or in your back pocket or something like that?
Not my back pocket, but I usually try to keep one in my bag. And I have a lot in my room. So.
Well, do you have cards with you? Would you be willing to share a few of your tricks?
Okay, sure.
Given that it's me and Suri.
Sure.
How about we have a volunteer?
From the audience.
Live associate Lexi Mariano.
Hello.
For some close-up magic.
Lexi, are you nervous?
Kind of. I'm kind of scared of magic, so.
What? Why? Indulge us.
Kind of scared of Harry Potter because it's wizards and witches and everything. But I'm excited for the magic trick.
Okay, Doug, go easy on her.
So just say to the camera that you and I have not arranged anything beforehand.
Yes.
Anyway, to do one or two. How does that work?
As many as you'd like. As many as you'd like.
The coolest tricks.
Please show off.
The most mind-boggling tricks
You
that you
can
have.
do your coolest trick.
That the viewer can see.
Or even your newest trick.
I've been messing around with this. This is very convenient because first of all, I'm just gonna leave this deck here. Okay. It's in the camera, right? Okay, good. I have not opened it or touched it, except for just now. And let's just leave the deck cards here, and we'll come back to that later. That'll be the second trick. I'll start off with a.
What's the difference between the two decks? Just two different decks.
Well, there's different color. They're both
That's
bicycle.
it? Okay,
yeah.
cool.
As you can see. All right. So okay, I see I'm performing for you. Am I performing for her?
Yeah, you're performing for her.
Relax.
All right, for her and the camera.
I can't even see my hands. Okay, anyway.
That's good, that's good.
Do you want to shuffle the deck of cards beforehand?
Sure.
That's up to you.
I'm not as good as you, I bet.
It really doesn't. That's pretty good.
Okay, Lexi.
Sweet. All right. So what I'm gonna do, like any magic trick, you're gonna have to select a card, right? So I'm gonna spread through the deck, okay, and I'm gonna ask you to tap on a card. That card right there.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna show you the camera. Okay. Okay. I want to keep an eye on your card, okay? Can you keep your finger on it and push it in slowly? Sweet. Okay. Now, magicians will usually shuffle the deck at this point because you just put your card back in the middle. But to make it as fair as possible, I'm not even going to touch it. We're going to leave the deck in its current state.
Okay.
You're confident you just pushed your card in the middle.
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to buckle the card slightly, And what I'm about to do is uncommon, but I'm gonna disorient the deck of cards, if you will.
Is this like a different form of shuffling?
It is, except that the cards are gonna be like front facing and back facing.
Mhm.
Let those cards drop.
Okay.
Because it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so they're not my cards.
Why don't you pick them up and check? So let's go ahead and like have a look. I believe the card isn't either of these cards,
Nope.
right? Right. Set those aside. So leave that as well. Okay. I'm gonna screw up this mess of cards. You can see that some cards are back to front.
Mm-hmm.
Some cards are front to back. Some cards are back to back. Yes. Perfect. If you would pivot your attention, I'm gonna use the table because I'm gonna spread the cards. Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna snap.
Let me get some video.
Okay. And you're gonna see that all the cards come back, except for one card.
Whoa, that's my card.
Wait,
6 of diamonds, yes.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait, but they were like back to front. Just
Yeah.
Like
So that's the
Whoa.
appeal of the trick, right? You think they're messed up, and they are, but they magically reorder themselves. And so I'm gonna put these cards aside.
I feel like is this spooky enough for Halloween special?
I can prepare something for Halloween.
Alright, next trick.
Alright, and for this deck of cards up, can you push it to like the front just to make it as fair as possible? This deck has not been touched throughout the duration of my time on the show.
Yeah.
And I made a prediction before coming on the show.
Oh my lord.
Okay,
wait.
I made a prediction. Okay. And I would like a couple people to help
How many people
pick
do
a
we
card.
need?
You three, unless anyone of you guys want to be involved. It doesn't really matter. Okay.
Actually, no. Should we have 2 more people?
Alright.
Any
Yeah,
2
good.
people
Do we
just
have
come
any
behind the
volunteers?
couch?
I think just one more is fine.
Alright,
Honestly.
Emily May?
Alright.
Alright, loud reporter Emily May.
Yeah, sure.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. And you and I have not prearranged anything.
No.
Perfect. All right. I have to say that just to preface it. Anyway, so deck of cards here. Which one of you would like to start? I'm going to ask a series of questions, and basically that's going to funnel us down to one card. Okay. And to preface it, I'm not forcing a card.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever you choose, whichever we'll go with.
Okay.
Fair? Okay. In the deck of cards, we have the black cards and the red cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you prefer the black or red cards?
The red cards.
You would prefer the red cards.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to change your mind?
No.
All right, that's fair. Point to either one of these people, and we will continue.
Point to Matt.
Matt? All right, Matt. In the red cards, okay, we have the diamond and hearts.
Of course.
All right. Whichever you feel like. Which one do we go with?
Diamonds.
You like the diamonds?
No, hearts.
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 You sure?
Final decision.
Hearts. Okay. Keep that in mind. And deck cards, right? For each suit, we have Ace to 10, Jack, Queen, King, right? Ace to 10 are the number cards. Jack, Queen, King are the core cards. Matt, can you point to one of these 3 people?
Emily.
Emily?
Okay.
Perfect. Number cards and core cards. Okay. Which one would you like us to proceed with?
Number.
Final?
Yes.
Number cards. All right. And point to one of these people.
You included or no?
No, obviously not. I will rig the trick.
I'll choose Bianca. She hasn't been chosen yet.
All right.
Wow, I feel so good about myself.
Bianca, among the number cards.
Yes.
Not core cards?
Not.
Number cards. Okay. Among the number cards, Ace to 5.
Uneasy.
I am very uneasy. No. We have Ace to 5 and 6 to 10.
Ace to 5 and 6 to 10.
Okay, we could go with, you know what? Actually, let's make this easier. Name a card in the number cards.
Any of the numbers?
Any number 1 through 10.
10.
10?
10.
And you chose what suit?
I chose hearts.
10 of
Hearts.
hearts.
10 of hearts. And you would agree that I did not orchestrate this
What
at all.
color were they again, Lexi? Red. Red. 10
Red?
hearts.
Hearts. 10. All
Alright,
right.
red, hearts, 10.
In the deck of cards, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to use this table here.
Ooh, Don't worry
You know,
about it. Don't worry about
just
it.
leave it. Hopefully it's out of camera.
Let it fall.
Yep, it's fine.
Let's get it all out.
Okay,
All right.
Doug.
I'll take out the deck cards. Okay. And forgive me, my hand shakes a
Shaking.
lot.
He's shaking.
All right. I made a prediction, like I said. Okay. And we're gonna look at it. I predict that you guys are gonna choose a right. It's not the ace. Okay. It's a 10 of hearts, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I also chose the ace of clubs just in case, but obviously it's not even an ace, right? It's awkward.
It's awesome.
Not the ace of diamonds.
No aces.
No.
No.
So it's neither. You chose ace of clubs, or ace of hearts.
No, we chose hearts. Yes.
Hearts, right? So it's not the ace of spades.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna have you scoot forward for a sec.
Sure.
Because I'm gonna basically.
Like get off or?
No, just say you can scoot forward because I'm. Okay, and so you can confirm that these 4 aces, right, are not your card.
No.
Okay, there must have been a mistake that's
I'm
made.
getting goosebumps. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, actually, these 4 cards are not from the deck because if you have a look at this deck, okay, all blue cards, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
These aces are actually red. It's because on the back I actually wrote something.
Okay, B.
B.
Alright.
10.
10.
Hearts.
And they're red.
Bro!
Wait, how did you do
How
that?
did you...
Wait, and they're red.
And
What?
they're red, bro!
Out of the blue deck.
And you literally...
Oh my gosh.
And that is
How-
Douglas Yang and his
Do we have to
incredible
pay-
magic skills.
Do we have to pay to find out how you did it?
No, this is not my original creation, unfortunately. You could try a search, but it's not gonna.
Alright, leave the audience wondering. We'll
We'll
ask
leave
you.
everyone
We'll ask you
The
later.
reaction's subtle.
Well, thank you so much. Doug, that was awesome.
Thank you,
Thanks
Doug.
thanks for
Thank
having
you,
me on.
Emily.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Lexi.
sir.
Thank you for
For
coming on and
volunteering.
helping.
For volunteers.
Sweet. And I'm just gonna clean up the mess I
Alright.
made.
Don't worry about it. We can take care of it after.
We'll clean it up later.
Sweet. All right.
Alrighty. So this week in the paper. This week was issue number 23, volume CXLII, the Philippians' 9th full paper of the school year. This week in news, you can read more about the Chapel Cemetery and its campus history. In commentary, Erin Kim, class of 22, discusses a solution to the modern healthcare system from her own experiences. In sports, read about boys water polo's 20-9 win against St. John's Prep in their last home game of the season. And in arts, learn more about Leo Dang, class of 21's new clothing brand, a SURI, I think.
Asinine.
Asinine. Thank you, Matt. That features original streetwear designs.
And as always, if you're interested in Philippian Live or the Philippian as a whole, come find us in the newsroom or visit our website to join. Anyone can sign up to be a writer for any section of the print paper or be a reporter on Philippian Live and go live on air to present your segment. If you're more interested in video, graphics, or live production, we'd love your help as well. Go to philippian.net/join or email at for more information.
And thank you so much for watching the show. Tune in next week and stay classy, PA.
See you next Friday.
Have a good one.